Hello, everybody. My name is Xander Thompson here from the NRS News. We are going to be talking to you today about Slinger Speedway and Rockingham Speedway, both of those races. We do understand that there wasn't recordings for either of those races. We do apologize for that, as we did have a software issue for those races. Starting off with Slinger, we did see Rep dominate most of the laps there, but came up short when Communist would take the checkered flag. It was a pretty good race indeed. It wasn't definitely one of the best, but I think it was just because of the unique track length that it was a quarter mile and it was very close racing, that mistakes were going to be made. Now going into Rockingham, we also did see Replicator also dominate this race as well, but did come up short. He did not end up pulling off the win. Instead, Berger would pull off the win in a controversial finish. And we say controversial because, well, everybody became in violation with the wall. We saw two drivers wall road, and everybody else did go up into the wall to gain time, and they did, in fact, gain time. So in the end, almost all penalties equaled out. Aspect's penalty, he would have been out whether his penalty was given or not of the playoffs. He did pass people using the wall ride strategy, so he was sent to the back of the lead lap cars. Berger also did wall ride corner of exit 4, but no time was really gained over second place, but he was still given the same penalty as everybody else. And once all those penalties were given, well, the finishing order really didn't change because everybody had gotten a penalty, and that's just kind of how it went. Now, unless they were going to find it later down the road before Homestead, I think before Wednesday, if we were to find if anybody has any actual proof of what happened there, due to the fact I could not get any recording there of both the voice chat and the race, probably would be able to overturn the race finish, but I doubt that'll actually happen because, well, if someone would have actual evidence of that, they probably would have came forward. Now, going into Homestead, we'll be taking a look at Communist, Berger, AJ, and Rep. Those are your final four drivers into the final four. Homestead is going to be a very good race indeed. We got good setups. Pit stops have also changed. Pit stalls now do, in fact, keep you in the pit box this time. As we did notice, that was a little bit of an exploit that one of our drivers, Communist, did point out. Ever so gratefully, we saw that apparently if you were to go into your pit box, you could just leave happily and merrily down the pit road as you got your fuel. Now, to fix this, what we did is we made it so the cars would slow down, which, self-explanatory. You're supposed to stay in your pits, but now we're going to force them to stay in their pits until their pit stall is over, but be able to see the progress of their pit stall so that way they can time it, that whenever the light goes green, it's all going to be about reaction time, about getting out of your pit box and down the pit road and accelerating to get those points off. Hopefully, we're going to see this under green flag conditions, so this will make this race even more interesting. Race schedule right now is we're going to have practice and qualifying. Then we're going to actually have pre-race ceremonies. That'll be the drivers' introductions and the anthems. Then the race will be scheduled to be 67 laps in length, looking to be Friday or Saturday. Generally, I think this is going to be a good race. I think Communist has been looking strong. He's been setting down some practice laps and free practices, and he has his strategy. We see Rep was able to find a pretty good line that he could run this morning. I haven't seen very much out of AJ in terms of practice. He did set down, I believe, 10 or 20 laps from what I was able to witness. And then we also have Berger, who I have not personally seen practice, but I'm pretty sure we know that he did practice. And these are the four drivers that need the practice so they can run the lines they need to go after this championship. The championship is completely up for grabs. There's nobody defending it now because the Season 1 champion Aspect was in fact knocked out of the playoffs, so he won't be able to defend his championship. We will have a new champion at the end of the season this weekend. Season 3 is going to kick off sometime in January, so also look out for that for all the new tryout drivers that have passed applications. If you have not filled out an application and you are interested in driving in the NRS, just if you are in the Discord, go into the hashtag links channel, and I believe it's right there, the driver application that you can fill out. And if and once you do pass, you'll become a tryout driver, in which you'll be required to pass a series of tests in order to be allowed to race in Season 3. We already got 10 drivers now that'll be going into for the tryout phase, looking to pass tryouts. Now, this is going to be very interesting to see between Season 2 and Season 3, if we can get any more, because this will now push the numbers to, right now, if all drivers were to pass, that'd be 25 drivers as the roster goes. Also, want to mention this now, we also do have the Hall of Fame awards ceremony that'll be planned to kick off sometime in between Season 2 and Season 3. There isn't really a set date for that yet, but more will be released on that soon. We will be inducting 3 drivers into the Hall of Fame. The Drivers' Hall of Fame, keep in mind, this is not like the regular Hall of Fame a lot of people in the NRS do know. This is for people that no longer race and have retired or just simply stopped racing. This would be drivers like, you'll see drivers like GG, you'll see drivers like Bull, Terry, and so on, that no longer race, that can be inducted. This will be complete staff NRS vote, just to keep out the bias in some votes, because we will actually be considering into, like, for example, like the driver's stats, how well they did. We also have like awards such as the Rookie of the Year, which if it's no hard task of assigning that to, that would be good to Jack Illusions, because he made it the farthest into the playoffs. He even went into the playoffs itself. So he is your Rookie of the Year. Next season we're going to have 10 contestants going up for that spot, and a few other drivers who will have to redo tryouts because they were inactive for most of the season. Drivers like Lightly, who only did substitute, he didn't technically make an official race start. He'll have to go and put his rookie season as next season, as he didn't really race at all this season except for a substitution, which does not count for him. Now, I'd like to thank y'all for joining me in the NRS News. I do hope to be releasing another one of these episodes for Season 2 after the Homestead race. Thank y'all for joining. This is Xander Thompson, signing out. Thank you.